We don't have travel boom, so you got to hold your mic, unfortunately. We're still low. We're still
arm pump still down.
We're still a hobbyist level good boy podcast. Can you turn Hubert? Can you turn it around so it faces towards you? These are.
Can Hubert get a mic stand to go to the top?
Yeah. You can lay it on your chest just like that. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just kind of hang out.
As
You
an
seem
Italian,
very
I
comfortable
try
with that.
not
You've done
to.
that a few times.
Not usually.
You don't usually hold your own mics.
It's first for everything.
There you go. Well, PJ, we're recording again,
I
right?
was just fucking with you.
Perfect. No, we're good. I've been recording for a few minutes.
You're doing it all on that?
Yeah. Yeah, we do everything on a Pocket 3. That was an Ian Johnson suggestion. Yeah. We recorded with him at PRI. We were supposed to meet you at PRI with Tom Zielinski.
Oh, but we went.
No, Tim's car broke down.
My
on the
car
way
broke
there.
down.
Oh, that ended up being a really long night, which was not a good day before a very big speech in the morning.
Yeah.
But
Didn't show up, and they were like, no.
No, it
We would have
was.
hung out all night.
PJ, can you give Trevor the lapel mic for my box? For my Pocket 3 mic box?
Where's my box at?
Oh, it's right here. All right, so that way you can be the peanut gallery. But I mean, if you guys are watching the video, you guys know where we're at.
Can you see up there?
Look straight up.
It's not big enough.
I don't even know how to say this, but thank you so much for inviting us out here.
Dude, thanks for hanging out.
It's a great
man.
episode.
We get to come out and celebrate our 199th episode because this is
Such a good number.
Episode 199 with Team 199. We got Travis and Hubert, Nitro Circus, Pastranaland, monster trucks, dirt bikes, like literally everything. It's been a cool day to be out here. Just thank you
that's
so,
it.
like just to start. Just thank
That's
you
a
so
wrap,
much.
ladies and gentlemen.
There it is.
Thanks so much. This
There it
property
is.
is amazing. You said, what are you doing with this property now? Because I guess you're still training a bunch out here for other guys. But what type of stuff do you do out here other than just entertain podcasters?
Well, I always kind of, not that I made fun of YouTubers, but I was always like, oh, that's cool, guys. Like, do what, if you can find a living if you can find a way to make a living doing what you love, all the respect in the world for me. But as of recently, I'm like, okay, I wanted to be a motocross, supercross racer. And then at a certain time, got hurt and I was kind of lonely. I'm like, man, 16 years old, I won a lot of the stuff I wanted to win, outdoor national championship, got to represent the U.S. Motocross of Nations. And I'm flying home going, man, I just want to hang out with my friends, want to ride dirt bikes, want to push the envelopes. We started Nitro Circus. Like, man, I want to travel the world, see all this stuff. And, then I'm like, man, I want to see if I can do what Colin McRae did. I want to see if I can be in car racing. I want to see if I can do rally. Then, hey, maybe let's go try to race NASCAR. That didn't work out at all, but it was a good time.
Finished on the first lap last 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. I mean, shoot, we're
21st.
still didn't get lapped
on the lead lap.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, at the end of the day, and got to race, Daytona 500. Like, it's been a hell of a ride. But right now, I'm like, man, how can we get our best friends to continue to be employed with doing what we love to do, hanging out? And for that, it's been Channel 199. So, I mean, Hubert, actually, he's always just been a friend that's been here, like, working countless hours for free. And now we're like, all right, we're going to see if we can, like, pay you to do this stuff.
Hell yeah.
And,
Best of both worlds.
so, yeah, it's been fun.
It was cool because, like, hanging out here, we showed up at 9. Hubert rolled in a few minutes later. Tommy came in a little bit later. Like it is literally just a place for the boys to hang out and
Yeah, and nobody, it's not like you call or whatever. Like at the gym, everybody knows I drop my daughter off at the school bus stop at 7:25, and I'm usually roll into the gym at 7:30. And this morning there was 3 people in the gym when I got there. We got our editor, we got producer for Channel 199, Nate Wessel's usually in there just making coffee and talking crap. But it's like this place.
That's the best way to use a gym.
Sorry, yeah, it's a great, just for camaraderie. Yeah, I haven't seen Hubert at the gym yet.
Hey, man, I've hung out in the gym for weeks and not got any stronger.
He spends all his time getting strong working on your stuff.
I don't know how it works.
Yeah, I get that feeling.
Yeah.
But we got our buddy out back, I mean, strongest man in the world for whatever competition.
Oh, yeah.
Basically, just make a living out of picking things up and dropping them.
Yeah.
I mean,
We're not going to make a living out of picking things up and drowning them, but no, he's actually Arnold Schwarzenegger's partner in Strongman,
shoot.
2-time world champion for the middleweight division.
Yeah.
That's the guy that we were cruising around earlier,
Yeah.
talking with his buddy who does the firearm wraps.
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah,
Wild.
there's just like random.
And they're just
awesome
out back
people.
shooting today. Just
Yeah.
I mean, luckily, so I feel bad for our neighbors, but every time someone gets fed up with the noise, they sell, and now everyone knows. Like, there's anyone that's into action sports or that's military or shooting or looking for a place where they just don't. They just keep popping up, and there's just more and more kids like just. Hooligans just coming down. Like, there was a group of like 20 pit bikes that just came by the other day. I'm like, does anyone know who those kids belong to that are riding the grass track? So
That's
it's
funny.
good.
You're that neighbor. Like
Yeah.
that's my goal in life is to be that neighbor.
Yeah,
Yeah, you either have that neighbor or you are that neighbor, and
we're a little bit of both.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's, how long has the evolution of the track and everything taken? Like,
So when I was 15 years old, I signed my pro contract, and this place came for sale, and it was right next to one of the just Snap-on Tools guys. We always rode his motocross track, and this land came for sale. So we bought this land, and then the next door land came for sale, and a military guy bought that land, who now is retired, just helicopter pilot. And so he's got, if the zombie apocalypse happens, we're covered. We're on the right street. And then since then, everyone just kind of keeps moving in. There's a guy that's a Delta mechanic that he also puts together just Volkswagen cars and just has it's kind of like a junkyard, but it's also like anything you could ever need for cars that you want to do demolition derbies with.
hell yeah.
And for welding and that kind of stuff, like everyone's like, who builds your ramps or whatever? Like, just this whole community is pretty
cool.
rad.
That's
and then
awesome.
we got, Hubert for dirt work and anything that needs to be fixed. Hubert just kind of, he really just came over with a rider that was in the Outdoor Nationals. Some of the riders came by, and Hubert started fixing things. Everyone else just destroys things. So we just never let him leave.
Well, so growing up watching Nitro Circus, I was the mechanic of the family. Like, I was always working on stuff. I always identified more with Hubert than anyone else.
Yeah.
And so we met Hubert at Ultra 4 at King of the Hammers, and like getting a chance to talk to him, and it's cool to see how you guys are just normal, regular people that just like to wrench on stuff and turn on stuff. Like, I was super stoked to meet you because you were the guy on TV I would watch growing up.
Well,
turning wrenches.
I think we all have that friend, and I think that what Nitro did so well. Out of that group of people, we all have those friends we can identify. We've got the Tommy that's funny, pretty talented, and he could maybe do something. Maybe not.
That sounds like a compliment
you don't
in there
know.
somewhere.
You don't know, and you got Travis.
Tommy's that guy, your redneck buddy that thinks he's the best. He's the best driver. He's the best shooter. He's the best. But Tommy proves over and over
Yeah.
again that friend's usually not right, but he's willing to go for it.
So it's like that Burt Kreischer, Mickey Mantle gene.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everyone's pointing to you for some reason.
Do I have the Mickey Mantle gene? I don't think so.
I wouldn't go as far as
I
Mickey
didn't
Mantle,
successfully
but
flip I didn't successfully flip a dirt bike. The dirt bike flipped. I
You
didn't.
tried.
You did a super flip. It was like you went to level 10.
Way
Two
cooler.
go.
Way cooler. Now,
he made it
I'd
further
love
than the
to
rest
hit
of
that
us.
on the dirt. I'd love to see that.
I'm good. I'm good. We were out riding the track when you were, or right before you did the earlier podcast, and you before we left, you're like, hey, just be careful because this is a case jump, and I cased it.
Yeah.
It was the little one as you're coming down the track, right after the berms and the jumps, and I cased it so good.
Yeah,
Like-
so I said take a warm-up lap first.
yeah.
Was that your first lap?
No, I had gone around it before, and I thought I had enough speed.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I
Oh,
didn't.
so you're just not good.
No,
Yeah,
absolutely
okay.
not.
Also true.
Yeah, I sold my dirt bike when I was 19 years old, and I'm 32 now, so I'm a little out of practice.
Okay.
No.
But
Talk about practice?
hey, who needs that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have all those people. We have a person like me people relate to. Someone that can fix. We got everybody that can fix kind of anything. We got Jolene, kind of the girl next door.
Yeah.
We got Travis is like kind of great at most things. He just tries and he's willing to try. And we got Special Greg that was even
Special
Way better.
more of like just throw him out there and he'll figure it out rather quick.
He's like a cat, and he's super durable.
So we just had that.
Yeah.
We just had that range of people.
Yeah.
And we got Comb Over Steve. You look at him, you're like, what on earth? He's one of the best. Just like found him digging tunnels, and like he's came to work on ramps and build and be that welder guy. You got Nate Wessel, who's our engineer that knows nothing about engineering, but he's this artist that can just see everything line up, and he can weld or put anything or assemble anything, and
overbuild it.
Yeah,
and overbuild it every time.
But it's okay. It's not going to get.
Yeah.
But it's an eclectic group of friends that all has something, and everyone's like, "Oh, that must be nice." I'm like, "No, dude, these guys work. They are working their butts off all the time." But it's not that they love what they do. It's just finding people that are really passionate about things.
Yeah.
And the problem is around here, if you say, "Oh, I think it'd be cool too," it's already built.
Yeah.
Before you finish the sentence, like, there's been ways to figure out how to make this impossible thing work, and it's not always right, but it's always entertaining.
Yeah.
Is there so you've raced a lot of disciplines. Is there anything that's still out there that you want to race that you haven't had the opportunity to do yet?
No, I mean, Hubert's trying to talk me into King of the Hammers, but there's different
absolutely.
type of people. Hubert is that person that's going to figure out a way to finish. I'm that person that wants to go really fast. I know you can do both, but you can't.
I want to get you to race the desert race.
I'd probably, that would be
So
more fun
what
for
you
me.
would need is a great co-driver, because the co-dog does all of the work and the driver just drives.
See, this is
I think
fantastic.
it's pretty accurate, right?
I mean,
For the
yeah,
top
so
level
I haven't
cars.
had the same co-driver yet, and I've raced it 7 years. And 2 years that I did very well, I had great co-drivers that were very knowledgeable in the rock areas and actually had a lot of input on, like, no, try this, no, try this.
Yeah.
And I've been there enough times to kind of know what's going on. I'm not great by no means, and I'm not fast, but it's to get to the end. Where he's going to be fast, but probably not going to get to the end. 'Cause the machine just can't take it.
I'll take that as a comment.
Yeah. So he's a solid axle guy.
Well,
He'd be a solid axle
I
car.
think he's a desert guy. We put him in the desert race the weekend before, go out there, have a blast, go really fast, and then just go home.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to spend a week in the dust.
So
I mean, none of us do, but especially him.
I do know the perfect co-driver for you.
Who's that?
Aaron Smith would not like this. Kevin Jones. He's the hardest working guy in King of the Hammers.
If I went without Terry Madden as my passenger, I think I would be disowned.
You'd
that's
have
fair.
You'd
Terry-
have
Terry,
to go, Terry. Y'all would have a great time, but there'd be times he'd be like, "Why did I do this?"
Yeah, Terry is also top level.
But he got Deegan to the finish line. If you can get Brian, I feel like you can get me to the finish. No offense to Brian, he's a great driver.
I think that's
but we
a
have a
fair
similar
assessment.
mentality.
I think personally, I think the desert race, you're less likely to break in the rocks, but you're going to break something if you go too hard in the desert.
Yeah.
Like the rocks force you to slow down.
Well, we saw that in the UTV race when the top three guys G'd out in the first 5 miles and broke their cars. They went too fast in the desert lap, broke in the first 5 miles, and didn't get to complete the other
Well,
rest.
it dusted out. They couldn't see.
Yeah.
Like, physically couldn't see. No wind. So whatever. But I think he should race the desert only weekend,
Okay.
where he just do the big desert loop.
Let's do
You'd
it.
love that. You'd love that in the Maverick R, because it'll do.
Oh yeah, that's
we
true.
can,
I guess.
we can get a Maverick R to do 105.
It's awesome. That's all you need.
Well, you got I don't know which one it
casual.
was, but you got a Can-Am to do 75 miles in the woods in your back of your house.
Yeah.
So I think in the desert you'd be all right.
Yeah, he
there's no
would really
trees.
love it. I've got some other ideas. We'll just keep those on the down low.
Yeah.
It's good. There's not a lot of. Everyone's like, "What do you do in your free time?" One, there's no free time.
Yeah. What's free
Yeah.
time?
Two, try to spend as much time as I can with being a husband and a father. That's why we're starting the channel 199. And this whole place is kind of not centered around stuff that my kids and my wife want to do, but at the same time, that trampoline, that pump track, the whole she shed. You know, my wife's from California. She's like, Maryland kind of sucks because it's raining. You don't think of motorcycles. We need
sticky.
rain.
Yeah.
Like you need for the dirt and everything. Like, and if it's raining, it doesn't really matter. But for Lindsay, she's like, it's so hot in the summer that like the sweat alone on the ramp that I'm gonna be dropping, the humidity, like it's slick.
Yep.
And I'm like, skateboards, it's such small tires. Like you need, but so we got air conditioned, heated.
Oh, it's conditioned the she shed.
Oh yeah, it's a
Heck yeah.
I don't know what's the word for it. I shouldn't say it's for old people, but it's for
Bougie.
Yeah.
bougie.
Bougie.
Yeah,
It's fancy.
It's nice. So I'm not allowed in there much, but we do have a pickleball thing in there, which I hate to say. It's kind of fun too. So volleyball court. My oldest
go.
daughter likes volleyball.
Yeah.
But even around back, like we got now the grass track because we're starting to make this place so no matter if it's hot, if it's cold, if it's frozen, if it's muddy, there's stuff that we can do because we host a lot of veterans now with Black Rifle Coffee. We host a lot of charity groups come out, a lot of Make-A-Wish, a lot of different stuff, and now, even influencers that are coming out, they all have a different level, or some are drivers, some are riders, some have never done anything. So we got these airbags that we can drop people as high as they want if they're afraid of heights. First thing we take them to, just, give them a little experience. And then the half pipe or the vert ramp.
Yeah.
Just I'll take you guys down there. Like, it's a great slide for me and the kids. You just take the blankets up there. Yeah, okay. Now that you shook your head, no, you have to go.
No, so
Yes, you're going.
I'll slide down.
Don't
I'll
you mention
slide
your
down.
back once?
I'm not mentioning my back. I said I wasn't going to. I broke my back 2 years ago, but I said I can't complain because you're here.
Just once.
Yeah,
Just
he
once.
fell off of my trailer.
Listen, I'm
But
all right.
Honestly,
My
you should have
point
told
is-
me before I took you over the big jump. I would have gone a little
Oh
bit
no,
less over.
that was no issue.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm like not actually in pain. That was why I said I wasn't going to complain. I just realized when I was 12 and I was skateboarding, I was like, I can totally do vert. The first time I went to a vert ramp, I said, I'm done skateboarding.
Yeah.
And I hopped on a BMX bike.
Nice. That was me too.
Yeah.
See-
I can't, the skateboard thing just doesn't make sense to me.
You do. All right. So here's the sports, and not to jump a different subject. You're kind of
No,
that's
bringing
all
me
over
back,
the
but
place.
all right. So base jumping, right?
Yeah, see, I'm out on that one too.
Right. But I like sports that are like, now I can't do base jumping anymore because I'm not really good at it.
Yeah.
But imagine a sport where you step off the cliff and you are on your first try, in your first second, you are going the same speed as everyone in the world. And you got to figure it out.
9.8 meters per second.
Yeah, per second. Yeah, exactly. 32 feet per second. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I guess that's correct. Anyway, but yeah. So long story long with this tangent is basically I like sports that you can twist the throttle and go as fast as you want. That you can push the pedal down and go as fast as you want. I like sports that aren't so technical that to even figure out how to go across this like driveway,
Yep.
Yeah.
you got to watch out for rocks and like no. That technical stuff, that's not for me. That's the rocks. You guys like rocks? You guys like thinking your way through? No. I like rocks. I like dirt. Move all the trees and all the rocks out of the course and let's get her done.
It's fair.
So that was gonna.
No, trees to go around, not trees to go over.
So that was gonna be my question: is did you, when you were getting started, when you were 14, 15, 16, before you got your contract, did you find it hard being from the East Coast because everything's happening out west?
Oh, motocross, everything's East Coast.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, southeast, man. That's where everything was. All your best riders coming from Georgia, Florida, Michigan, Wisconsin. I mean, don't get me wrong. The riders as amateurs that everyone kind of knows about are West Coast, but the second they hit mud,
Yeah.
Yeah.
they just don't have it.
Yeah, that's our Ultra 4 argument is come on out of Kentucky.
But it's
for the finals.
different. But even the California guys, you come out here, and they were always like, and now it's a lot wider than it was, but as you see, it's still pretty narrow. And they're like, dude, but that's why Raleigh made sense.
Yep.
I'm used to I mean, it's basically a GNCC loop. We were going
Yeah.
here, and dude, it rained my first year at Outdoor Nationals. It rained every freaking Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. They said it was sunny the weekends, but I never saw a sunny day all summer. Like even X Games practice, we're out there, dude. And the cool part about Maryland though is if it's too dusty, you dig down. If
Yeah.
it's too muddy, you dig down. The dirt goes good, but we had just piles of just mud.
'Cause you just kept
and it
digging?
just raining all day. My dad just taking the slop and pushing it off
Yeah.
and trying to get But hey, you get to good conditions, all good.
Yeah. Yeah, that is one of the joys of the East Coast. You actually do, because you can get the dry, dusty stuff to practice out west. You get the dirty, sloppy mud. You get everything. You get everything here.
Now you take me out to Sacramento. If I was the year I was winning the championship, like if I'm a 5th place rider and everyone's like, oh, that's easy. There's no ruts. I'm like, dude, I need hero dirt. I go into the corner. If I'm going too fast, I close my eyes. I grab a handful of gas. And if I'm in St. Louis, it's going to stick. If I'm at Southwick in the sand, both feet off, freaking just keep turning, keep gassing. Whoops aren't hard. You just don't let off.
Your perspective is fucking bonkers.
Yeah.
You can't do Blue Groove? Dude, California, I've got no skin.
So what's the, if you could go back and race something again, what would it be? Or go back and compete in some sort of motorsport again, what would it be? Or are you happy with the rally stuff right now?
I don't think I've grown up to the point where I'm not still doing pretty much everything that I And the coolest part is, I don't know if anyone's seen what I've done in the past for when they offer me to drive their vehicles. But I get
wild.
offered to drive people's vehicles
Yeah.
daily, and I'm like, I'm not going to say no.
Yeah.
Do you understand what you've just asked? See, there we go.
It's not even here.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm a big monster truck fanboy, so the monster truck era is one of my favorites. Doing the first attempted backflip here, and like that was so cool. And I actually when they did M&T Bank Stadium for Monster Jam back in 2013,
Yep.
that was one of the coolest shows ever. Still got a pair of Oakley signed by you.
No way.
Yeah, heck yeah.
I didn't make it very far. Dude, I had Tom Mentz.
Oh, I remember.
Tom Mentz in my first race, and he was like, I'm not getting beat by a motocrosser in his first round. No, but I got 5th at the World Championships.
Yeah.
But when you say wish you could go back to something, I wish I knew what trucks can, and you can say that about freestyle, about any sport that was just kind of coming up, but it was a bunch of rednecks launching trucks back in the day.
Oh,
it is
yeah.
a bunch of skilled freaking
They're
badass dudes now.
precision
and girls.
athletes.
There's a lot of females there.
Yeah. Yeah, they're
Oh, with-
absolutely precision athletes.
with
right
the
now.
whole
The stoppies.
nose wheelies and
Yeah.
stoppies
Yeah.
and sideways. They spend time driving them now.
Yeah.
I helped build the courses, and back then it wasn't like that. And that was when you race and stuff like that. And courses are similar now, but now they put those obstacles to help them get bucked up and go. Where before, if they did it, it was like, oh, it kind of an accident, but it worked. It developed into a whole new show.
Well, the fact that you built that 40-foot ramp in your backyard to do the backflip, and now they're doing it with
On jumps this big.
this big with some tires embedded in some dirt.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
Dude, Tom Mentz did a double backflip 180, landed wheeling out the other direction. I was like, he's like, yeah, you just go, and when it goes around the first time, you turn the wheel, and the gyro takes it and flips it and spins it, and then you stay on the gas. And I'm like,
Yeah,
Tom,
I don't see how that works.
God
you-
bless you, sir.
Could you see yourself getting back in a monster truck one day?
It's the most violent thing I've ever done. I always thought,
Jesus.
no, seriously, I had whiplash, and I was in really good shape back then. I don't think that's what I need to be doing, but yes, I for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd love to try some stuff.
I wonder if like the shock technology has gotten better.
Oh, it's
which
all
has
gotten
allowed
better.
them to start doing crazier things.
But yeah, I loved watching Paul Schaefer and Barefoot when you had Gravedigger and Tom Mentz and all these like super good cushy trucks.
yeah,
And you had this guy that built his truck in the backyard, and his
Still on lease
suspension
freeze.
was like, it bounced further than it jumped
Yeah.
the first time. And there's something to be said about
Yeah.
he never knew if he was going left or going right, what was going to happen. And the truck so I got to drive Gravedigger 3 was the body that they put me in when I did the
Oh,
World
wow.
Championships, which was kind of an honor.
yeah,
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
they put my truck body on it. Cam McQueen,
Yeah.
he qualified for it. Quick story on Cam. When he was in the 5th grade, he wasn't the best student, evidently, from Canada, liked dirt bikes, cars, welding, building, crashing stuff. And he told his 5th grade teacher, they said, it was career day, what do you want to do when you grow up? He said, I'm going to be a monster truck driver. She gave him an F and said, you meant school bus driver.
Oof. Whoops.
He sent, when he won the world championship in 2012, he found that teacher's address, signed an autograph, said, thanks for the motivation.
It's awesome.
Cam McQueen, world monster truck champion.
Love it.
That's awesome.
Kind of cool. Well, yeah, I was like, did you ever hear back from the, he's like, nope, good enough.
Don't care.
Yeah.
Signed frame poster.
No, I'd have won up. I drove to their house.
Yeah.
They delivered
Knocked
it.
on the door. Oh, remember this? Well, here we
Surprise,
go.
motherfucker.
The teacher
Not-
probably didn't even remember it.
No. She probably said that to a lot of kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because a lot of kids say they want to be monster truck drivers.
Yeah. Did you find that to be a trend that even though you're not the best student, you're still very good at the power sports stuff? I don't know necessarily for you, but just in general.
But that's a double-edged sword. I think a lot of it was parenting. Most of the people that are successful, right, are very, very smart, but they might not be smart in your traditional ways of learning. My dad instilled work ethic. So I found that if I just worked hard, I wasn't the smartest, but, I kept straight A's pretty much all through school. I graduated at, when I was 15 years old. So I graduated early, all of that stuff. Went to college before long story long on all this. I never graduated college because kind of started with everything else, but long story on that. I found that most people that do individual sports, not so much the driving sports. Driving sports, generally you're more engineers, you're welders, you're mechanics, you're people that were more fascinated with vehicles that tend to stay there longer because they just loved their vehicles. They understood, like even the Subaru crews, like every time you do an autograph signing with Subaru, 15 people come through the line, even if there's 20 people in it that all have parts of their car.
Yeah.
And they took it out, like whatever it was.
Dash panels.
Like, yeah, anything, like parts of cars that you wouldn't think, they're not easy to get to. Like, oh, I want this sign because it.
Can you sign the spark plug?
Yeah, I mean, just random stuff.
It's hard to write on.
So, scooter, skateboard, BMX, motorcycle to an extent. And I don't mean this negatively, but most of us have something that would probably, if I was never classified with anything, and my dad would never for ADHD or for whatever it is. He called Special Greg, my cousin, special for many reasons, but a lot of it was his ability to, when he got bored, he couldn't stop moving. And he would just go on a trampoline, because he was an army brat, and he would go bounce on the trampoline for 8 hours straight. Like, he'd be like, I'm so tired. I'm bored. I'm bouncing on the trampoline. You know, and he just learned this air awareness that everyone else didn't have. But to where I'm going with this is that it's really tough because a lot of your top action sports stars, all of a sudden they're famous. And I imagine it's like rock stars in the past. You know, there were band geeks and all this stuff that loved music that weren't cool. They're in choir, they're doing whatever, and now they're rock stars. So you got to think these kids that didn't want to socialize with anyone, that beat to their own tune, that didn't have a lot of social structure, that might have been smart, but they couldn't sit in a classroom and listen. And then you expect them to sit down and sign autographs for 2-3 hours, to go out of their way and to talk and to communicate. And they're like, oh, that guy's stuck up, or that guy's he's a dick. But they're generally shy. They're quiet. They're introverts that were really passionate about this one thing that they did. So, and the same thing goes with, with drivers. Drivers, for the most part, because you can carry a motorcycle or a bicycle, or not, I mean, literally and metaphorically, like you are the wedge and the this and that. With vehicles, you got to set it up. And at first, you're not going to have people that are going to set your vehicle up for you. So I found that the more engineering kind of brains are the people that become really good, especially desert racers, because there's not a lot of money in. I mean, there is. There's
not a lot of fully funded teams.
Fully funded, yes. You're gonna, by the time you're good enough to get fully funded, you've invested so much of your heart, blood, sweat, and tears into building and teams and camaraderie and working for free for all of this. And I feel like that the people that want that camaraderie are your car drivers. Yeah. Not necessarily they did bad or good in school. They're usually that, tinkering mind. Yeah. Where action sports are usually, we've got something that just doesn't allow us to slow down.
Yeah.
Either way, it's
necessary for what you guys do.
Yeah.
It's like I'm the tinker. I'm always thinking things, which is why I can't. There's no way I'm ever gonna backflip a dirt bike, because in my head I'm trying to do the math and figure it out.
The math doesn't work.
Right.
You got to shut off your brain to do that.
Yeah, I can't.
I shut off my brain too much and I let go.
Your brain just stopped computing for a second.
Yeah.
Really good.
Man, they're really hard on you.
That's fine.
It's a bit.
Yeah. It's just who we are. Where have you guys found yourselves just in your career and in the progression of your lives that you're like, I shouldn't be here, this is amazing? Hubert? Quick question.
Never.
Never?
I'm, as our buddy Randy says, I'm always right where I need to be, right where I'm supposed to be.
Amen.
And I'm supposed to be here fixing things and helping things because it's truly what I enjoy, what I love. And it's probably a little frustrating for the wife sometimes because I'm okay with working until it's time to go to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I've had to learn to turn it off at 6, 7, whatever o'clock. And I'm okay with it. I love going up there, spending time with her, our new little boy. And
congratulations.
Basically get up and do it again. It's kind of a repeat, but it's not. And it's all thankful for this guy right here. He's the one that lets all of us do this. And we love doing it. And in the big picture, it's to help him and make everything grow. So really, I'm exactly where I need to be.
Yeah, I think I'll agree with you. Is like when we pulled up to PASTRANALAND this morning, I'm like, we shouldn't be here. And then I thought about it, and I'm like, no, we've worked our ass off.
Yeah.
Not that we deserve to be here, because it's. But
I'm still
but
geeking out.
I think that
Nothing's
like,
deserved.
no, yeah, nothing's
Things are
deserved.
earned.
But we've earned.
I
we've
hate
earned
deserved.
it. Yeah. So I'll agree with you. It's like you'll open your eyes, like when we were in Johnson Valley, and I'm like, how the hell did we get here? And then I thought about it, and I'm like, that's how we got here, is because we didn't say no to an opportunity, and we just worked our butts off to be here. But then also the same thing is that when you're there in that spot, if you have a job to do, it makes being there that much more worth it too, I believe.
That was
Yeah.
deep.
Passion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So follow up on that.
Yeah.
You guys took the floor. You guys got it.
But have you been to a place that you're like, how, like, this is the most wild experience of my life? Nothing you can talk about right now?
No, but I mean, just like obviously when the company that we started, just to be able to travel around and hopefully be able to pay for some fun times. Like we tried to, Nitro Circus, we actually made, I mean, I didn't make any money from it, but like Greg Godfrey was able to, he's like, hey, we're going to do another. And we have budget from this VHS that we made.
I bought it.
Thanks, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. To be able to now, we have a trip where we can bring 6 people and we can go anywhere and do not anything we want, but like, let's think of where we want to go. And we went down to Costa Rica, and we hydroplaned, and we built this ramp that we floated in the middle of this lake and are in Arenal. And then they rented a helicopter through friends of friends, and all of a sudden we had some sponsors that were there, and there's a helicopter on a beach in Hako, and we're skydiving into Hako playing bowling for people. So everyone, like Red Rover, everyone was holding each other's arms, and our buddy Plammer came through at like 60 miles an hour. It was a horrible idea. But, to make your dreams and your nightmares come true, and
Even nightmares are dreams.
even nightmares are dreams. Yeah. Well, sometimes dreams turn into nightmares really quickly, so it's a catch-22. But hey, epic fail, epic make. That's how we've kind of built But to that, it's doing what you love to do, and understanding and appreciating every moment the people around. I couldn't. And Hubert's sitting right here, so it makes it a little more awkward. But I try not to give people compliments while they're around.
Yeah,
But
you just talk good about them behind their back.
yeah, only behind their back. Talk crap to them to their face. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure they do it to you. Yeah.
That's these guys.
So, but right now I travel a lot,
Yeah.
and I couldn't have the side-by-sides and the pit bikes and everything because I don't have time. Well, one, I'm a horrible mechanic, and 2, when I come home, like Hubert, without being asked, he knows kind of schedules and whatever. If he knows the kids are going to come over, even if they don't ride or do whatever. And sorry, not to put you on the spot. It always appreciated, never expected. Is kind of, but Hubert goes out of his way anytime he thinks something might be happening to make sure that X, Y, and Z are taken care of, so I can roll up. And if there's some veterans coming over, I can get them in some vehicles, and I can get my kids on. Everything's set, and that makes everything that I do outside of the house. And I love every second of it, but it makes it so worth it to be able to share that with my friends, with my family, with that kind of stuff. And like almost the point where I'm almost crying right now. Like it's just such a, like, I can't believe I'm in a situation now where I'm 42 years old, still being able to travel the world with my best friends, with my wife, with my kids, and that I've built through having these amazing friends. I mean, the people that are here have been here for a very long time, and they've all worked there. There's nothing given, and nothing expected from anybody. And a lot of times, there's not money that comes back, or there's no whatever. But it's that you love what you do, and everyone's so appreciative. It's so cool.
Yeah, it's cool to just be out here and see how much pride everyone has in everything they're doing and everything that this place is. Yeah. That's pretty wild.
I think it definitely shows through as the fan, right? Like, same thing. I grew up watching Nitro Circus on Fuel TV and X Games. Like that was my childhood, and it shows through in what you guys are doing and the personalities involved, and the fact that, like you were saying, everybody's here still. Yeah. We're hanging out in the parking lot, and Street Bike Tommy's just rolling in. It's like, it's what, 20 years ago. Like everybody's still here. You've built a great place and a great team, and it's fun to be a small part of it.
Yeah, very very small part of it.
Yeah, sorry. I know there's a lot of stuff that we had a lot of stuff flip around. So thank you for your patience.
yeah.
today.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
We're very low key when it comes
yeah.
to this stuff.
Yeah, you
We're
see how we carry ourselves and how our operation is. We're just here to have fun, have a good time, and have a good conversation. Like if we can work it in where it works in, we're just happy to be here. So
Thanks for coming out.
That's the opportunity that we've given ourselves now. Is just don't say no, and you find yourself in really cool places.
Stu Baylor. Do you guys know Stu at all? Never heard of Stu. Okay, Stu is a guy that you would not think is one of the greatest athletes in the world. He likes to eat. He likes to drink. And he is currently, I think if he's not leading the GNCC championship right now, he's really close to leading the dang thing. Grand National cross country, which is one of the most physically demanding motor sports ever.
It's wild.
And so he had broken his foot on like a Tuesday. I call him on a Wednesday for a Thursday event that we're doing. He's like, oh, cool. Well, that's like 8 hours from where our GNCC race is on that Sunday. I'm going to come up. And I'm like, Stu, would you race lawnmowers, actually, as it was.
Sold.
So he drove 16-hour round trip with his wife and kids and one of his team riders, missing practice for the GNCC race, which is their livelihood, to come race go-karts. And I was like, Stu, what the hell are you doing here? And he's like, I was doing really well at this racing motorcycles thing, and I was having no fun. And I thought, you know what? You only get to experience the things you say yes to. So kind of like you guys saying we're in that time they don't say no now. You get a lot less sleep.
Yeah.
But you have to work so hard to make a living at a hobby. And I'm sorry, side-by-sides, motorcycles, scooters, skateboard, that's all a hobby.
Oh.
But not work. You have to spend so many hours to make a living at your hobby.
Yeah.
But to make a living, you're doing the stuff that you're good at. The stuff that's fun, like truly fun and inspiring, is the stuff that you're not sure if it's going to work. The stuff you haven't done. At least that's for me. So in order to truly, truly have fun, on top of all those hours, now we're going to go experiment. So what do you do on those moments that you're not, like that your downtime, that you're not doing what you're doing for a living? I'm paying to do the exact same fucking thing.
Yeah, exactly.
That's my wife makes fun of me all the time because we joke we have the stupidest fucking hobby. You drive places to drive around somewhere to drive home.
Yep.
Like I just responded to an Instagram ad, ended up driving to Arizona and back. I just made a road trip out of it. Just why not? And she's like, why? I'm like, it's a vacation. She's like, it's not a vacation to drive across the country. I was like, yeah, it is.
It's a
3 days in
vacation.
a car by myself. That is a vacation.
Okay, careful what you say out loud.
Yeah.
It's a vacation, but it's work, but it's also vacation. Yeah.
And it's just a matter of like, if it's cliche, but if you do what you love, you never work a day in your life. Like I opened the shop. I'm a mechanic. I've loved tinkering with stuff. I like Jeeps. Started building Jeeps. Got to a point where it turned into a business, and now my days
Jeeps are
off.
garbage.
Shout
out Jeep. Sorry.
On my days off, I go out and I break my Jeep, and it sits broken in my driveway until I'm ready to go drive it again.
So there's also a fundamental thing that what we do, off-road in general, motorcycles, dirt sports in general, 1 + 1 does not equal 2, ever.
Ever.
So, for example, Nitro Circus said, hey, we're going to give you, so I'm like, we got to make an old school like DVD. They're like, okay, that's what YouTube, it's fine. They're like, we're going to give you a $400,000 budget, which means that's travel budget, that's build budget,
Production budget.
that's production budget, which was like $80,000 in
Yeah.
just editing and time and that kind of stuff. And that's also music budget, which was another like $85,000. That was with some serious negotiations.
Yeah.
I wanted some good songs in there. So really, you're down to kind of a $200,000 budget. I spent $1.2 million.
It's a little over budget.
My wife did not understand that at all. But you know what was really cool? Josh Sheehan was able to get the triple backflip. Jed Milden was able to get the quadruple backflip on mountain bikes. And they stole both of that from the video, which really sucked because, James, this guy knew he was there. Editor. You see, everyone's still around. But so they took that and kind of came back. But what was cool about that was it got me back on the motorcycle, back inspired, back riding, back doing 2-stroke week. Gave me an excuse to spend a lot of money,
Yep.
to have fun with my friends, to edit with one of my best buddies. And it was an excuse, right? But after that movie came out, all of a sudden, all these companies that hadn't talked to me in forever were like, hey, let's sponsor you. Let's do this. So then X, Y, and Z, I now have opportunities to make a living again, doing what I love. So that didn't make sense, but none of that would have happened without investing. And now, okay, very fortunate to be in a position where
We're
I
using
could
investing
invest
pretty
that.
loosely here. Investing.
My business decisions very closely emulate to the outside a squirrel trying to get across the street. But somehow, if you can make it across the street without getting run over,
It worked out.
the grass is greener.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Would you say, since you've been successful through the VHS, DVD, and now into the YouTube world,
Oh, we're still not successful in YouTube, but subscribe, channel 199.
debatable, but would you say like the DVD time frame was the peak? Are we entering a new age of YouTube and like
I've got my
action
answer, but
sports coming
Hubert,
back?
you want to go for this?
I would say the DVD time frame era. I mean, right now it's fun. I would say probably that was more fun. Just my 2 cents, because it was kind of go do something awesome, and there wasn't as much awesome stuff at that given time.
Right.
So it was probably a little easier to wow people, even though his mindset, what most of y'all's wow is like, oh, well, that's Tuesday. My wow is like, basically leap year,
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think that time frame was by far the coolest. And the coolest thing was when it transferred into like Nitro Live. I know maybe the business end wasn't as fun, but like the person like just being part of it all was very, very fun.
Yeah.
This is fun too, but that was like holy cow fun. Like I can't believe this is actually happening.
Yeah.
Launching dirt bikes in arenas.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Jumping off of a bridge and not needing to be jumping off a bridge. Yeah.
Or you did a building gap till you jumped between two buildings,
Couple
like 20
of them.
stories up.
yeah.
20 stories? Yeah. Okay.
I can't remember how high it was.
Well, no, there was one that was 12 stories, and the other one was 63.
There you go.
So
Averages out
But-
to 20.
slightly down now, 63 to 62. Math, we're never good at that. But I would like actually to answer that. I was curious what Hubert was going to say, because I passion changes and priorities change, and it's
Right.
hard to. A lot of times, Hubert's kind of like, all right, like I'm passionate about something and kind of guiding the ship, and a lot of times Hubert will kind of just give me a little nudge and be like, hey, like, is this the direction we really want to go in with the point we're in right now? Do we really want to take this big of risk? This is so much more fun this way. And he's been kind of guiding me through these different
Can you
parts
hold
of
the mic
life.
up a little bit?
Sorry, guiding me through different parts of life. I'm sorry, getting further and further away. But
You can be a little reserved and have just as much fun.
Yeah.
a lot of times or we just overstretch. I'm like, that was so fun. Let's do this. Let's do that. And he's like, okay, this is a lot of work. Hubert always gives me a hard time. Just a little bit of dirt is usually like, huge mounds and
Right.
like a week of dirt work, or just a few pieces of metal, as Nate Wessel always says, is like, $30,000 in materials.
Right.
But to get back to that, you had DVDs. I would sit as a kid and wait at my doorstep for UPS or FedEx to show up, which I've been waiting for so long for those movies: Air Raid, Terra Firma, Crustiums of Dirt, Creatures of Havoc, like you name it. Like all of those videos, Wrathchild, when it came out, I'm like, this is going to be the greatest. And I'd just watch them until the DVD was crashed and burnt and the VHS was wore out. And that was a cool era, because those people on those DVDs were legends. They were such superhuman heroes to me. It is way harder to build a hero now. But on the other side of that, there were so many great, talented people that never got seen because they didn't have a way in. Now with YouTube, people say, how do I get noticed? I say do something that no one else is doing, and I mean in a good way. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Find your niche.
Find something, and if you are good enough to do a trick that no one else is doing, we'll find you. Your phone will ring off the hook. You know, it's not like, oh, I need a foam pit so I can learn how to do a trick. No, go build it yourself. Go figure out, go work at a mattress store and do this. Like, if you really want it this day and age, I don't care where you're from, what your beliefs are, what you're like, it doesn't matter. If you're good at what you do, you will be seen.
Yeah, I was watching Grind. I don't know why I was watching, but I was watching Grind, the skateboarding movie. But I was thinking about that because that was the era you grew up in, was mixtapes.
Yeah.
You had to get in front of someone by getting out there and getting tapes.
Go to the
this,
demos.
Going to
and-
the demo, yeah. That's changed a bunch because, I mean, now everything's on YouTube. But I feel like YouTube is also taken away the specialness of it, because when that DVD dropped, everyone was excited. And you also didn't have the weekly drops. Like, YouTube's great because you get all the content, but a weekly drop, video weekly drop, is so much work. And I feel like it's not that I was ever in the DVD industry.
The quality is not nearly, it can't be there.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not that it's not high quality, but it's just,
Yeah.
It's also just instant gratification. You're talking about having heroes in people. You're waiting for that DVD to come out. It's the anticipation of, what am I going to see on this thing?
Yeah.
And now everything drops instantly, and it's over in 10 minutes, and you're like, I need the next one. I need the next one.
so X Games, before YouTube, no one knew what any other rider had. No one knew. Everyone was like, dude, all I can think about is Coliseum. We got there, the jumps were like all randomly 20 to 50 feet bigger than any other freestyle that we did. And they're dirt jumps, a lot of them. So they're steeper, they're
towering.
bigger. We're looking around, I'm like, no. Practice was going for like the first hour and not one rider dropped in. We're like,
Just so intimidating.
Kenny Bartram's like almost in tears. Like, do you think anyone noticed if I just packed up and left right now? But yes, 98% scared, 2% excited, 98% excited, 2% scared. I'm not sure what it was, but when the crowd got there, they could sense the fear in the riders. And we all had these new tricks that we're trying to throw down that we had never done to dirt. Never, no one had seen them. Someone's been talking about a 360 or a double flip or a flip, and they flipped the big dirt jump. Then everything got standardized. And I know it made it less expensive, but that's Nitro Circus did the same thing for a while. And now we got Dana and some help, and it's kind of coming back. It's like, oh, well, if we need 10,000 people to break even on the show, and the most people we can fit in an arena is 12 to 17,000 depending on, and if we get a bigger arena, the excitement's lower because they can't see the skateboard tricks they're watching from a big screen. So like that's our sweet spot. Well, what if we just cut $2,000 of budget out? We'll cut some pyro, we'll cut some of the back things, we'll cut some of the budget for the riders, we'll get a couple less of the riders, but we'll still have a couple of the big names there. You cut the camaraderie down, you cut the pyro, the explode. All of a sudden we're doing a fair show.
Yeah.
And now instead of selling out the stadiums at 12 to 17,000 with a 10,000 people break even, not to talk money and math and weird stuff.
Yeah, you're
but
good.
so you drop it down to 8,000, but now 6,000 people are showing up and they're disappointed.
Yeah.
Like you just killed the brand.
You got to have the Savannah Bananas tactic to it. Is you're there for the fans, so don't cut the budget from the fans, because the fans are there to enjoy it. It's got to be about them, not about the long run budget. I mean, it's got to be about the long run budget, but it's got to be about the fans first.
You have to understand what your product is. The best in the world, doing stuff that's never been done before. The showmanship. Cut down the showmanship. Cut down the intensity of the riding. Well, we want to do 70 shows a year. I'm like, dude, they'll all be dead.
Yeah.
Not to be, you can't do 70 shows a year.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that's just like, if you want Nitro to be Nitro, that's just
If you want the guys to push their limits, you have to give them the opportunity to recover.
100%.
It's not big if you do it every single
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you
Unless you're R. Willie and he can do a new trick every single night and he gets better and better every time. So there are freaks of nature, but
are you finding things are slowing down as far as that bar moving up and up and up as far new tricks, and like have we found a limit
no,
yet?
the bar is not slowing down. However, the understanding of what's been done before and what hasn't changes. If no one's done a backflip and one person does a backflip, that's a big deal. But once someone goes from 2 backflips to 3 backflips or even 4 backflips, 1 spin to 2 spins
So
to 3
wild.
spins to 4 spins, the crowd, jumping 200 feet to 500 feet on TV doesn't look any different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big difference in danger and all that stuff. But Ken Block does a big car jump. Everyone's like, that's superimposed. That's fake. There's no way. Blows the internet. Now you can jump a car 300 feet, and everyone's like, oh, it's been done before. And AI's getting so good.
That's why I was asking, because I feel like, again, growing up, watching you backflip everything, now everybody has a backflip. Like, it's a standard trick. Like,
Even Hubert's got a backflip.
yeah. Well,
done it.
Tim's got half a backflip.
We've done it a time or two, and that's about enough.
Yeah.
On a 4-wheeler, though.
Whoa.
Yeah.
See, that's a little different.
Yeah, you can kick back to that footage and watch me almost
when
cry like
are
a
you
little
going to
baby.
backflip a Can-Am?
It's been done before, hasn't
We've
it?
already done it.
It's been done right there.
Yeah, I was gonna
Wow.
say it's been done here.
It's still an
Never
airbag,
mind.
but we've got it dialed.
As soon as you say, hey, what about?
Yeah. Yeah, when you said the couch was already done, I'm like, what hasn't been done?
Well, dude, you see our Willie? They're backflipping the couch.
Oh, that's right. I did see that.
It's huge. And, dude, our Willies, the hardest part about doing a show is that the best guys in the show want to do everything. And you're like, dude, we need you to land this big trick that everyone's watching. Like, everyone's coming to see this trick that you just posted.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I got a bigger one. No, don't do a bigger one. Dude, land this one.
Yeah.
Nope.
So you
I'm backflipping a couch today. Sweet.
you were talking about how everything looks bigger on TV. How do you, Hubert? How do you even
No,
get
everything looks smaller on TV.
Smaller on TV. Sorry. How do you get the experience of building these ramps and these? Is it just trial by error, or do you have some sort of background?
I mean, it's being around these people, and it's years of trial and error. It truly is. I mean, he's got a very good sense and very good eye. Like myself, I can build something and it feels pretty right and put levels on it, and it's pretty dang close. But he can come in and look at it and be like, let's move this just this little bit. And I think some of it's a comfort level.
Yeah.
And some of it's just tons of experience. Like in the rallycross stuff, we would build stuff just perfect and spend hours out there and get it perfect. And like he's like, oh, it's perfect. And all these other guys are like, what? Cars won't do that.
So,
And he's like, yeah, no problem.
the hardest part was like Hubert's building these tracks, and so usually we were a little behind schedule because we were always under budget. The first round, like Hubert was just happened to be there. I think we ended up Matthias Ekstrom was even on a side by side at like 2:00 in the morning. We were racing at 8:00 that next morning, but the crew's like, guys, we've been running 18 hours a day this is our 5th day straight, and they all went home. And I'm like, yeah, but it's not done yet. So, but the hard part is that all these teams and these factories, and they get there and they look at it and they're like, it won't work. And they request all these things changed. I'm like, guys, jump it first. Let's jump it.
Yeah.
Like, let's see. But I wasn't allowed on the track first because I was also racing. So I should have either done racing or not. But like, as to be fair, I'm like, I can't take extra laps.
Yeah.
Unless you guys want me to take extra laps.
Yeah.
So like, oh, no. Like, get someone else to do it. I'm like, no one else is going to do it.
Because they think it's dangerous. Yeah. Or
so-
not dangerous, but they think it's not.
So
built
I'll run
right.
the first lap by myself, and then you guys all jump in if it works.
Yeah.
So do you feel when you have a new jump, you just feel it? Like there's no, is there a math equation as far as
There
there's
are
not-
now for certain things.
Certain things, but we've done so much that there's nothing just totally like holy cow new. It's all variations of what we've already done, and it's years of doing it. And myself and the guys all have notebooks on.
yeah.
This works, check. This didn't work, check. and he's involved with all of those. So no,
This didn't work a
it's
lot.
Usually,
Yeah.
if it's 4-wheeled, it's a vehicle damage bill.
Yeah. That's always been the part that's fascinated me is like being able to look at that jump and just go, yeah, that's about how fast I need to go.
Yeah.
Like I'd probably just overshoot
That
everything.
comes from motocross.
So
A lot of that.
So that's wild though, because there's no speedometer on motocross, so you're just judging off
the
of
feel.
the feel.
So I got kind of a funny story on that.
Oh boy.
So there was a desert racer that we knew that let us borrow his bikes. I always jump motorcycle first. So at about 70 miles an hour, which is about as fast as a stock 250 goes, you go like 73 miles an hour, 74, whatever that is, wide open. So like a RM 250, just, the bike that I always had. So I know it'll go just over 70 miles an hour. I know that.
Oh, they're good.
Perfect.
You're good.
Yeah, you're good.
There's always people around. But I know it'll go about 70 miles an hour. I know if we have about a 10-degree takeoff, 70 miles an hour will get me roughly 130 feet. So we had this jump that was 115 feet. So I'm like, all right. We had a 12-degree takeoff. So I go a little further than 130. It's 110. I'm like, okay. So I jumped my buddy's bike, had my New Balance running shoes on, shorts. I don't even know if I had a shirt on. I had a helmet on.
Helmet's good.
Helmet and glasses. Well, didn't ask him about the bike. Pretty strong bike, like good, solid. You know, one of those B riders that has the super modified Tomac motorcycle? It's one of those bikes. Sure. Yeah, let's say.
Yeah, sure.
You know,
Yeah.
just like,
Hey, yeah, we got you.
yeah.
It's got a little pep.
Little pep in his step. Took off. I was like, yeah. And geared to do 110.
Oof.
I came at jump,
Not 70.
and I'm like, dude, I am ripping. I'm like, but I'm kind of almost to the takeoff, and I'm thinking, this bike can't. I mean, it's a 450. Like, maybe it does 85. I'm like, no way. So I like back it down a little bit and hit the gas. Like just a little blip on the top. I was like, I was right. I was right. And I was still going up when the landing came down. Dude, I went probably 210 feet. Caught just the tail of that thing. I'm a fan of New Balances, man. I'll tell you what, didn't die. I shouldn't say that. I'm actually not sponsored at all by New Balances. The Brett boot's the way to go now, and I learned from that mistakes.
So
recovery.
You were talking about the business
Good
side.
recovery.
Yeah. You were talking about the business side. Where did you get your business background, or was that also trial by fire?
Business background.
That's the guy at the office.
Oh, you got a
Somebody-
business guy.
He's an advisor, we'll say that.
Yeah.
A few pieces of metal, guys. So I said, Dad, I looked around the table, and I'm the dumbest person sitting there. And he said, yeah, but it's your table. And that was kind of my goal from the beginning.
I love that.
Was that you can surround yourself,
fantastic.
understand what you're good at. And everyone's like, you know, you sold Nitro, or you did that. I'm like, I never really owned Nitro. Like, I never wanted to. Why didn't you run this? You could have made so much money doing this. Ken Block, businessman.
Yep.
Ken Block, for over $100 million. So he sold DC for 40 or 50 million. Sold Hoonigan for, you know, that's the only reason I actually drove the Hoonigan video, the Gymkhana.
Mm-hmm.
He needed to prove as a business point. Such an amazing opportunity. But Ken, as a business person, was like, he's trying to sell this company that 70% of the profit is coming from a video that everyone just associates with him. He said, I need you to get more than 20 million views in 2 months on this. And I'm like, he's like, can you do it? I'm like, I have no idea what those numbers mean, but sure. Yeah. Yes.
That was before you
Got
were
it.
super involved with YouTube.
Yeah, it was before I had any involvement. And he's like, okay. I was like, we have different sponsors. He goes, I don't care. He goes, I'll take a big hit on all this stuff. But he goes, what I need is a car that is a next level build. I'm like, Subaru will do that for me, but it has to be Subaru. He's like, yeah, no, he was Ford. He's like, no problem. Yep. He's like, it has to be an epic location. I'm like, Annapolis. He's like, well, think about it. I was like, Annapolis. He's like, all right, mediocre location. I was like, no, trust me. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
And you have to have proximity. He goes, look, you can have a few jumps. Those Nitro Circus BS. He's like, I did a little bit before I broke my back and realized that it's kind of stupid. I was like, okay. But he's like, I want proximity with near death. I was like, okay, done.
Yeah.
And we got, I think there's 80 million views or whatever on that video now. I did 60 million, whatever.
Yeah.
It's good numbers. And then he was able to sell Hoonigan, but he was smart enough to understand that he needed that and trust. I was so thankful that he trusted me enough to do it. But Ken Block is a businessman, and he had this interesting thing where he's like, he's like, you will probably never be a business person because you can't think 2 years ahead. And I'm like, dude, I can't think 2 days ahead.
Yeah.
So that's the difference between like Ken. Yeah. Don't forget the H. The H is what really brings it in. So unfortunately for Hubert, and we're trying to do better, but usually it's like, hey, in 3 days, I need this world's first ramp built to something like these specs. We're going to have to make adjustments, and we're filming and the commercials coming in. Hubert's like, great, I didn't need sleep, didn't need to see the wife or kids.
See you in 3 days.
Hey,
See you in 3 days.
We're doing really good now. I've got a Google Calendar for the whole year. Now, it does change a little bit, but at least I can look week, 2 weeks, a month out and say, okay, something's going to happen then, and it should be this. Should be is the big key word. So between that and there's a few things that I've got him to learn over the years. Now, we teach each other, but these are big feats, and most people would laugh at this. If we're going to move with dirt, watch the weather. That's a big one. Because if it's going to rain, don't go move it. It makes it like a sponge.
Yep.
And number 2, I can't stack dirt vertical. It just doesn't work.
I don't know why. I see he still hasn't figured out how to do it.
Those are the two things.
I asked 2 things from him.
2 things. That's
Make it
all
wet,
I ask.
make it straight.
Yeah.
And when you got a
Hey,
whole,
yo.
Oh, that's a shirt.
and when we cut a whole hillside out, and then he's like, okay, I need it taller, but I need it closer. Well, it doesn't work. We either cut more hill, or we build it back up. Takes a few days, then cut it back up. Oh, well, we need to do it now. We'll just go. So, thank you. We've learned 2 things.
But you have those days, if he asks, you know, you're working a couple days in a row. Your wife understands.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Actually, his wife come down here the other day, and he had asked me, what did you ask me to do here recently in the past couple of days? It was go get something ready or whatever. And I was like, okay. And she brought up, and one of our other buddies like, well, why are you doing that? Because he asked. She's like, exactly. How high? Just ask how high.
That sounds really messed up. And as it turned, yes.
No, but she understands. I understand. The people that need to understand, we understand.
Yeah.
But
Because we know the end. We know the end goal is way bigger than that moment right there.
You have the people in your life that understand. It makes it that much easier to achieve what you're trying to achieve.
not a lot of people ask a lot of questions. Everyone knows that they're really good at their job, and they make sure that they are the best and they get their job done. Because if you're asking what's going on with everyone else, you're going to spend it's all of our, a lot of times it gets built and some people are like, whoa, shoot, wait, am I involved in this stunt? Because I would have gone about this differently. But the coolest part is, and I keep promising my wife, Lindsay, that I'm going to be home more. And that's what the Channel 199 is. I know, but but the goal is to get it to where, if Can-Am's like, hey, we're going to do something. We got a new product launch. Come on, bring it. That's what I learned from Ken. He's like, I built a track in my backyard. I've got a rock cloud. I got all this stuff. You guys want to do something? Come on here. And then he's got a production company. So instead of paying the production company,
He gets paid.
he gets, just all his friends found a way to stay in business doing what they love to do. And I learned a lot from Ken over the years, had a lot of opportunity because of Ken, and still not a day goes by that he doesn't influence my life in some way, shape, or form. But we kind of joke a lot about it, but most people that come into this group, I try to be as nice as possible, and generally known as a fairly nice human, but in this, I hope so.
No, I have a story about that.
But 2 seconds. So to the crowd and to people, I'm still a fan of the sport. So I'm really excited to be where I am. Usually I come across a little spastic, but I'm generally when I'm have adrenaline, start talking too fast, but I'm loving to be there. I'm passionate about it, and that usually comes through. But when we're home, I don't write emails. That's like, hey, when I call, it's not how you doing, what's going on. Hubert and my phone calls are 30 seconds or less.
To the point, yeah.
And it's just, time is my biggest asset. So a lot of times, even Rhiannon Gelsomino, my co-driver, God bless her, she's the most amazing human being on the face of the earth. And trust me, sits next to me, keeps me straight. Kind of like Hubert helps guide me through.
Oh, we talk. Heard me.
Yeah.
Just trying to keep you in check. That's all.
I have a lot of people that guide me. Hubert, more from a distance, but also, but anyway, so I'm over here. But Ree, so she's like, hey, I was going over some footage. My husband, so her husband was Ken Block's co-driver, now is Leah Block's co-driver.
Okay.
They got a chance of winning the championship, so we're always battling against each other. But she's like, I was watching some of my husband's footage, and every time he comes across, his driver is always like, hey, good job. Whenever you come across, the first thing you say every time is something negative. I said, Ree, and I mean this with all due respect, the Geneva Convention. So you are sitting next to me because I genuinely believe that you are the greatest co-driver on the earth for me. That there's no one next to me that I believe could make me work harder, that will work harder to win the championships, and above all of that right now, because of where I am in my life, to keep us safe. That's not afraid to stand up and tell me when you think a note is wrong, to you are my equal in this car, and you are the reason that we are champions. You are the reason that it's like, that was nice. I said, no, I don't give compliments or criticism. I just give comments. Now, when we come across the line, I'm going to tell you exactly what I think we can do to win or to be better, and I expect you to do the same. At the end of the championship, when we win, that championship number 1, that's the thank you. Yeah. And she looked at me, and Lindsay's like, I have to deal with that every day.
Yeah.
Yeah. How is managing the family aspect been in your career with everything you've done? Has that been like you've had to put extra focus into it to make sure that doesn't lapse when you're putting extra focus into the work?
Yeah, well, Hubert, how's it going as a new family man?
Yeah. Well, but all but PJ of us are also new families.
Yeah.
So we've all got less than 3-year-olds.
3 or less, yeah.
I have the most fortunate job because I live literally right across the road. So I can run home and eat lunch, or if she needs help with something, I can run home right quick. As long as we don't have serious things going on, which they happen, mostly during filming when there's tons of people here and getting things done. So it's working pretty easily for the most part. Do have to go out of town from time to time doing trail rides or Can-Ams or rallies or whatever. Those are more about choice, but at least, thankfully, this Google Calendar thing, I can plan them far enough out to where she knows what's going on, I know what's going on, they know what's going on. So, big shout out to the calendar.
Yeah, yeah. It's what me and my wife use the Google Calendar too.
So for me, balance is the hardest part. I was just actually talking a few minutes ago about Ken Ruxin, just won the Supercross championship. To win a Supercross championship, it's not just about the racing and the time that's gone. You have to train every day of your life. You're going through injuries that nobody knows about, sickness that nobody knows about. It's an unbelievably simple life to be motocross, Supercross, like that stuff. But it is the most difficult, challenging, simple life you'll ever live. The fact that he's able to balance what looks, at least on paper, to be an amazing relationship with his wife, amazing father, kids seem stoked, and to have won the Supercross championship blows my mind. I really want to talk to him, like kind of like you just asked me about, like, how do you do this? And the best part is that my wife was also multiple-time X Games gold medalist. She was also a world champion. She knows, like, when we were dating and training for X Games, she was in California for a month. I was in Maryland for a month. And we were just starting to date, like that, not newlywed state, but like, there would be multiple days that we wouldn't talk to each other. We wouldn't call each other. We are working our butts off. We are tired. We are focused on what that goal is. So to have a significant other that understands that understands the biggest thing, so many wives or so many, spouses, counterparts. My job after the Nitro Circus shows and after rally is to go hang with my team. Yes, we're going to have a few beers. We're going to talk about whatever, but my team, a few, 2 or 20, my team is the reason that I'm successful. Yeah. And until a few beers happen, I don't know really what they've gone through. I'm rallying, I come back in, I'm focusing on notes, they're working on the car. And it wasn't until I didn't drink until I was 22. And I didn't win really any rallies until around a little bit after that, because I didn't understand that camaraderie, like Nitro Circus. All the athletes, they're generally, not to say that not around as much, they're not afraid to talk to me, but they're not going to come up and just tell me all their problems. A couple drinks come in, they're like, oh, dude, and then they made me do this, and this happened, and this is this. It is actually my job to go. I don't have to drink. I do because I like to. I understand that, Lindsay. I'm sorry. But my job at this point in my career is as much to understand what's going on and to keep that camaraderie and bring that and be that person that, kind of brings the crew together and does that kind of stuff. Even though Hubert knows when it was just him and I, he's got really thick skin. I've got really thick skin. Say what's on your mind. And most people would say that our relationship is like, people would almost think we hate each other. Jim York and I in the boat, just screaming at each other back and forth.
Yeah.
Mostly screaming because we're scared and we just don't want to die. But we never think it's not a negative thing.
Yeah.
It's just, do your job better.
Yeah.
You do your job better. I don't know how.
Those
Yeah.
are some of the best videos.
Yeah, but yeah, I get that. You don't know how the guys are doing until you guys are off the clock, just shooting the shit, and that's a huge part of it.
That's why a lot of the mechanics got into it, is so that they could be. A lot of the mechanics wanted to be drivers. They, came from military. There's that camaraderie, and so many teams feel very separated from the drivers because the drivers are so focused on winning, but we almost take a step back. Like, not so much in off-road. Off-road, there's a lot more camaraderie because a lot of times the drivers, even monster trucks, the drivers are the mechanics. They are the
logistics,
team.
Yeah, it's the self-funded aspect.
Right, but when it's millions of dollars on the line, the first thing the driver wants to do is go over video and do, like Brandon Semenuk, one of the nicest humans on the face of the earth, hardest working, photographic memory, Rampage winner. But him and the team, they didn't get along poorly. They just didn't have that same relationship, if you will. It was because Brandon was so focused on winning, and he comes from an individual sport. So just not talking negative on Brandon at all. Like, he's the nicest, the best teammate you could ever imagine. He kicked my ass. He retired me from rally pretty much. He's phenomenal. But it's, what are you willing to do? And back to the relationship thing, there's certain days that I really need to do stuff, and guys as powerful as Dana White are like, you have to do this. And there's days that you just got to say, I'm sorry, I overbooked what I was supposed to do.
Yeah.
I have to take this moment. My kids are only going to be, they're just preteens.
Yeah. The boss.
Well, that
And then
happens-
that works nicely. But a lot of times, Lindsay, I got to make sure that I always, because if I come home and I only have 2 days home after being gone, like, for instance, I did a commercial in Europe. I flew to Australia for 3 weeks, and then I flew straight to a rally from that. I was gone for over a month. I had 2 days home, and I'm trying to spend as much time with the kids as possible. And then I'm like, shoot, like, I wanted to spend time with my wife, but like, but you're trying to, and it's that balance of making sure that everyone's.
Well, I'm not sure what exactly happened, but you posted a clip on social media the other day saying, hey, sorry, we can't make the Ohio race because other stuff has come up. But it's nice that you have that ability to make those choices, to be there, to be home, or whatever you need to do.
When's this going live?
The 21st of July.
Cool. So
we have a little while.
that was a complete selfish reason, and I'm still not sure what I'm going to do for the breach of contract while leading the U.S. Rally Championship and telling Subaru I'm not going to be there. And no, it was not for family. It was because I had an opportunity to backflip the White House lawn on my dirt bike. And they allowed me to invite a few people. So I called up Jeremy McGrath and Ricky Carmichael, and they're coming out of retirement to ride this with me. And
So it's happening.
I'm like, look, I have
Future past.
6 U.S. Rally Championships. I have 0 pictures backflipping the White House. So
You have
I'm
to.
sorry.
That's awesome.
All for the gram.
I don't know.
I
That's,
mean,
Yeah.
that's probably one of
mean-
those moments that's gonna be like, how did I end up here? That like, it's just such a cool
Yeah,
opportunity
yeah.
that you know how you got here, but like to actually have the opportunity to ride a dirt bike on the White House lawn.
I'm sure Subaru North America says, I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
I get it. I'm upset, but I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
Everyone's
not.
like, you should put. Never mind. I'm not even going to go there.
You are a businessman.
You got
I'm
me.
slightly smarter than I was. I try to be slightly better every day. It's not usually the case, but
Learn from your mistakes, or don't. It's really.
it's your call.
Yeah,
I think as upset as some people might be, I think they're going to understand.
yeah.
Well, no, but I'm at the point in my career where I hope I'm irreplaceable, but even if they replace me, thanks. I'm going to be okay. Do I want to be with the team I've been with since the very start of my
of course.
career? Do I think that they would leave me over this? No. But if we lose this championship by 1 point, I know there's going to be
Somebody's going to be pissed.
someone's going to be on the chopping block, and I'm sorry. I'm
But
sorry.
if we want to do a callback, that all the opportunities you didn't say no gave you an opportunity to say no to do something cool.
this opportunity will give me a lot of opportunities, but it might not be driving rally cars next year. So we will see how this championship goes.
Well, that sounds like there's some time in the schedule for some desert racing.
Yeah. There you go.
Always a
maybe
positive.
we'll see it King of the
Maybe
Hammers.
we'll find. Yeah.
The desert race part. Yeah. Well, Jimmy Johnson just, so actually,
Yeah.
I would have just texted him, but I thought it'd be funnier just to reach out on the Instagram comment. But he's like, I'm going to do some desert races. I'm like, you tell me 2 weeks before the start? Like, I could have freed up my schedule. Like, what the hell, man? Well, not to race with, just to race against him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never beat him in anything in my life. I thought maybe I got a shot up there.
I do think that's one of the fun things about off-road racing in general is all these guys getting into it. The Von Gittens, the Jimmy Johnson, the Deegans, like all these guys are working their way into.
Who's the NASCAR driver that also drives Ultra 4? Is it Bell? I can't remember his name, but he crosses over to King, like he races King of the Hammers every year, but he's a top NASCAR driver. I'm like, that's just like one of my favorite parts about Ultra 4 is you have the self-funded teams, but literally lined up right next to them.
Well, honestly, he's probably self-funded too. I bet most of his sponsors wouldn't allow him to be there, let alone sponsor. And I'm sure he's got some sponsorship, but so Ken Block, for example, he did Gymkhana and everything else so he could go race rally.
Yeah. Yep.
Like everyone's like, oh, it must be nice to get paid. I'm like, no, I'm paying to be here, but I'm doing X, Y, and Z to
fund it.
Fund it.
Fastest way to become a millionaire racing is start as a billionaire. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh man, you wanted to ask about skydiving?
Yeah. As somebody who is afraid of heights, the fact that you jumped out of an airplane without a parachute is one of the most fascinating things. It's crazy. It was not really a question there. Just
it's easy.
yeah.
I've done it twice.
You've jumped in an airplane
Without a
twice?
parachute?
No.
Yeah, we do it with the
I've
parachute.
skydived once because of him.
Yeah.
Tandem. And I'm
fair.
not scared of
with
heights.
him tandem?
No.
No. You got to know what you're good at.
And this will sound silly. You have zero sense of falling
I believe that.
out of a plane because there's no reference.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just windy and cold.
You want to tell them about your base jump situation?
Now the base jumping there is because the ground's coming at you fast.
Right.
Yeah.
But with base jumping, with skydiving in general, you grab a small little chute out of here, so that's what pulls everything out. Well, when I got up to the bridge, he was like, well, who's going first? I was like, well, screw it, I'll do it. And I told the guys, I said, hey, if it doesn't open, it's not on me, it's y'all.
Yeah.
And they're like, whoa, you can't say that. I'm like,
You packed the chute.
I was like, I'm just jumping. That's all I'm doing. And so our buddy,
So we held his pilot chute. So when
yes,
he jumped,
basically they just held it, and I
okay.
jumped away from it, and it opened and it flew just fine. And I didn't steer it very good because I didn't realize you need to pull it harder, and I landed in the middle of the river. And I don't really swim very good, nearly not at all. And someone swam out to me, helped me get out there. But either way, it worked out, but it was not ideal.
That's got to be scary to be not a good swimmer, also in the water with a parachute.
Base
on.
jumping into a river.
It was not scary at all because someone came to me. Now, he could not help me. He's like, don't reach for me, you'll pull me down. But he said, I'll stay right here with you.
Okay.
He said, doggy powder, whatever it takes.
You have a vest on?
And just, no. You can't have a vest because there's a chute on you.
Fair.
I should have had water wings.
would have worked. So my dad had never been base jumping before. Didn't even have his rig like secured or on. I thought he was going to jump in because he goes, if he didn't, he goes, well, as soon as Hubert hit in the water, wasn't supposed to be in the water, going downstream, and Dad's like, he's going to drown. And he kind of looked, and Hubert looked like he was struggling a little bit, and he wasn't. If you just stay a little bit in front of the parachute, you're good. But with just a little bit of current, it was kind of
Right into the
engulfing him.
Mm-hmm.
And Hubert looked like he was more worried about trying to stay afloat. James was there. Oh, yeah. So he was staying afloat, and the chute slowly quicksanding him. And then Dad was almost off there. Like, we're all like swim here or whatever. Dad's like, all right, let's go.
I can't swim.
So is the getting out of your comfort zone and learning to base jump just contagious from hanging around him?
I mean, I truthfully, I have no problem saying no.
Sure.
But I'd seen so many people do it, and I'm like, well, it doesn't look like it's that hard.
They do make it look easy.
They do.
So
You haven't seen me, have you? I shattered everything.
Well, listen,
I bounced down a
that's the
cliff.
only time it looks hard. All right. Well, there's 2 times, all right? But whatever.
Yes.
So yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm too smart at this point.
When you were jumping, were you packing your own chute? Were you doing everything?
So Eric Roner, Rubberneck. So I know this was a really bad way to start that whole sentence, but let me start over again. There were multiple people that we had in our crew that liked skydiving, base jumping. Generally, people only pack your base jump rig once. They show you how to do it, and it's on you, because there's just stuff that skydiving's one thing. You got a backup chute, you got all this, you got plenty of time. Base jumping, you generally get 3 things that go wrong before you're dead. 2 things, and the third one is you just don't have time. So if the chute opens incorrectly, even if it's your body form, the next reaction to fix that has to be instantaneous, has to be perfect, or there's going to be another quick mistake. It's just like it happens very fast. I was very fortunate. I said, look, guys, I want to come with you. I have the air awareness. Like, base jumping's not about, it's not the skydiving. It's keeping your shoulders level with which way you want to go, so you're not opening with different wind or whatever. I'm like, dude, I have air awareness. I can get flipping, whatever. I'm going to open straight for the most part if you guys pack it somewhat decent. And they said, okay, we'll pack it for you. We'll continue doing that. Kind of like everyone's like, you should fly. I'm like, dude, I don't have the time to go through all these checklists and to be a good enough pilot. And I should have learned I don't have the time to be a good enough base jumper to there's a certain amount of time you got to put in just to be on your game.
Yeah.
And that is the hardest part about skydiving. And I've had a lot of acquaintances pass away and a really, really close friend. Yeah. And the hard part is most of the people that I've known haven't passed away doing something that was extremely difficult. They passed away because a wind gust at the wrong time, or maybe they just didn't plan it out well enough, or they didn't know the landing.
Accidents happen.
Yeah, 100%. But with base jumping, you don't get. It's like dirt bikes. I break a lot of stuff with cars. I crash a lot of cars. Like, to be fair, not as many cars for the amount of time that I'm driving. Like, we've got pretty much the best track record in all of the ARA Rally Championship, but everyone just assumes because we publicize everything that we've crashed and they make it seem like, one a year is not too bad. Ish.
Is there anything you've done that you're like, all right, check that box, not going to go back to it?
Drag racing, sprint cars.
Sprint cars are wild. Why those two?
Yeah.
And honestly, it's the claustrophobia.
Oh.
Okay. And I flipped a Bryce Menzies brand new Pro 2. Oh, it was such a beautiful truck. But it was interesting because I had a broken wrist and I got it plated 2 weeks before. So it was
Healed enough.
It's fine. Still, like,
Ain't going nowhere.
yeah. Right. It was fine. I got medically cleared. Crashed.
You got good doctors.
On the start, I do. Great orthopedics.
You ought to see his house.
Yeah, the orthopedics house is nice.
Yeah.
He paid for it.
So anyway, truck in front of me took off. I had a little more speed. Caught their truck with the front of my truck. They were coming down. I was going up. I don't remember any of it, but it's cool. The in-car, the only thing that I remember was, and the in-car is pretty funny because I hit the back of my head and hit everything, but I was unconscious. And then I reach, you see me like figuring out, so I hit the back of my head so I was blind. Well, I mean, just pitch black, like, blacked out.
Blacked out.
But eyes were open but couldn't see anything. So I went to take my goggle strap off and I was like, no goggle strap. So I flipped the front up and you can see my eyes are just super big. And then I'm like, steering wheel. I shifted the thing a couple times, like, okay, I'm in a car or a truck. And the fire extinguishers were there. And I heard they were all yelling, fire, fire, fire. And I felt I'm getting soaked. I think in my concussed brain that this is gasoline. They're saying fire. I can smell fire. I can smell burning, smell oil, and just flip this truck over and over again. Confused on what's going on. And I try to get out my door. My door's got the ground. I can't see. I can't figure out how to get out through the top. It was full Ricky Bobby moment. I'm yelling, fire, fire, save me. Surprised I didn't yell
Save me,
Tom
Tom
Cruise. Yeah. They're like, you're not on fire. It was the scariest. Couldn't see, didn't know what was going on. Thought I was full of gasoline and about to light up, and I didn't know how to get out of wherever I was. Didn't know where I was. And I thought I had a broken arm because the plate, when I banged it as I was unconscious, it was so numb, and I couldn't feel my hand, couldn't feel my fingers, which was So I just assumed, like, I broke my arm. I can't see. I had a concussion. I went to get x-ray. They're like, you got a plate in there. I was like, no recollection of the past, like, month. So I'm like, don't remember doing that. That's funny. But anyway, yeah. Yes, perfect. That's what she just said.
Oh, it's already fixed.
I thought I was going somewhere with that, but I think that was...
Yeah.
Uh,
You're good.
the drag racing one kind of surprises me.
Oh,
Yeah.
no. So that's where I came up with the...
Okay.
Sorry.
The wreck.
No, that's where I got claustrophobic. Yay. It's easy as one.
What was that?
No, so the interesting part, though, after that, every time I'm in an area where I feel like I can't get out of, even the foam pit now, I don't want to go... I'd rather take a bigger hit to an airbag than get stuck in that foam pit.
Yeah, I was stuck in the foam pit. It is like
It
you
sucks.
try and move, and you were in quicksand. You cannot move until you get that hook.
Yep. And if you go in deeper, you actually physically, it's not quicksand, it's just you're in concrete.
Yeah.
You're locked.
It's funny because like for me, the more roll cage, the more helmet, like the safer I feel.
And that should be,
Yeah.
With age comes the cage.
I gave my kids such a hard time their whole life on rational fear. I'm like, you guys have irrational fear. So for example, when they were like 7 and 8, I took them off this like rope swing where there was a 400-foot free fall before it catches. And my one daughter was like, I'm not jumping, my 6-year-old. And I was like, dude, it's a rope. That guy, I'll tell you, like, trust me, you have 3 different rope systems, 3 different harness systems. You're the lightest person. Any of these systems fail. 2 of the 3 can fail. That none of them will.
Right.
So to the edge, she goes, but I can't jump. My other daughter was like cowabunga and jumped right off. But but it's just that interesting. I'm like,
Is that the older or the younger one that just jumps right off?
The older one. The only reason the older one went is because the younger one was crying on the edge. So she was like, oh, I'll show you. Watch this. So I jumped with the younger one, and it was funny. Not funny. But she was hanging on. No, strapped onto me.
Right.
Yeah.
But also hanging on. And we jumped, and she like couldn't scream. And she just put her head straight against, and mind you, a 400-foot free fall it's like 4 seconds of free fall. 32
like
feet per second. It's like maybe 5 seconds. So of nothing. And then, it hits the kind of the bungee-ish thing, and it's really fun. It's super cool. Check out in Moab if you ever get a
I've seen
chance.
that. It must be Moab.
Yeah.
You won't find me doing the swing, but I've seen the videos.
Yeah, so it's fantastic. And we were with a guy named Sketchy Pete. Sketchy Pete.
I don't know Sketchy Pete.
His first name was Sketchy. And I was like, no.
We'll call him Sketchy Pete.
When you talk, but he's got, you should look him up. I'm a horrible friend.
I don't know his name. Look him up. His name's Sketchy Pete. I don't know.
Starts with Sketchy. He does the Moab ropes. He's a great dude. They got it. He does it as a professional. But so I was like, hey, when my wife asks you what your name is, say Responsible Pete. So it was Responsible Pete all week. But long story long. So Bristol, we're swinging down, and I got her tight, and like after we swing up, we swing back. I'm like rubbing her back. I'm like, it's all right. It's okay. And she it takes her like 10 seconds. And she looks back, snot out of her nose. She looks at me, tears. She smiles. She's like, we're alive? And it wasn't a statement. It was a question.
Yeah.
Fully 100% thought we were dead. And then it was such a great snot. No pee that I don't think I can check. But
Nobody shit her pants?
no one shit her pants. I know. I haven't found them still. But anyway, long story long. And it was the best bonding moment we've ever had. And that whole ride back up.
It's awesome.
I was like, do you trust me? She's like, yeah. I was like, dude, thank you for jumping. Like it was, and just still bawling and smiling and snot out of her. It was, okay, that's not a great story maybe, but it's just funny how the difference of one daughter goes, okay, I believe you. I trust this. This is fear. This is irrational. So my oldest daughter was never afraid of the dark. She was afraid. One night it was full moon. She's like, oh, Dad, werewolves. I'm like, werewolves don't exist. She's like, oh, cool. And I didn't see her for
Done.
45 minutes. She was just playing in the dark. I'm like, okay, trust is cool.
So here's a selfish question. In the 4 of us, the tight friend group right here, I'm the only girl dad. What advice do you have for a girl dad to go out and be adventurous and do fun things?
Yeah. Hey, to be fair, Hubert gives me a hard time on this a lot because he does a lot of work and a lot of prep, and I try to make motorcycles and this kind of stuff and side by sides, they're competent, and that's all I really ask, that because they're going to be around this stuff.
Yeah.
But to any girl dad, I'm like, look, you're probably going to end up at a cheer competition,
Yeah, absolutely.
and you know what? It's going to be a bunch of crazy cheer moms, and you're going to be completely out of your element. But when you see that smile of your daughter, even though you're only going to see her for 2 minutes of that whole weekend, because they're all hanging out with the other girls and the moms are hanging out together, and you got a couple random dads that you have nothing in common with that you're probably going to end up at the bar.
Beer drinking dads?
Yep. It's still, if my daughters are half as passionate about what their mom was for skating or what I am for anything with motors or speed, I feel like I've succeeded. And I feel like even if you have a boy, if you have whatever, when they come out, I always thought nurture over nature, and that is not the case. My daughters came out, they're two very, very different humans, and I am so happy to be a girl dad because I've experienced so much more, most of it that I never wanted to experience, but here we are.
Yeah.
And I've gotten to experience a whole different side of life, and it's really cool because they keep taking me places where not one person in the whole anywhere knows who I am, what a dirt bike is, what X Games even are.
Yeah.
And
You just get to be a normal human.
it's been really cool experiencing a whole side of life that I've never, ever
Yeah.
voluntarily would have done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I
sorry,
get
that sounds like a negative,
No,
but yeah.
no, it's definitely
No.
positive.
The real world.
I grew up.
Yeah, is this what
The
the
not
real
jumping
world's
out of
Yeah.
airplanes world.
Yeah.
Started doing this at 15. I'm not normal. Now you're just dead.
That's it.
Yeah. Do you get that normal often? Like, if you're running around town, can you just run out to the grocery store? Or
I live in Fight Club. What's great, everyone our age, every single male that has ever done anything cool in their life, I get a head nod, I get a hat.
that's not bad though.
Fight Club, 100%. It's like we don't talk about Fight Club. I go through security every time because I always beep because I've got all this stuff, and every time the person patting me down, it's like, hey man,
You're good.
Like as they're brushing across your balls, they're like, man, thought they'd be bigger. I get that all the time. It's kind of, yeah. I was like, dude,
Damn.
and I'd like to say the original, but
Yeah.
no,
Also aftermarket.
that one. sorry.
The one that grows.
Oh no, I mean,
the list of bones you haven't broken is probably shorter or non-existent.
yeah, but no, there's definitely bones I haven't broken. You tend to break the same areas over and over again.
Makes sense.
But the hard part is when you land on your feet all the time, then your ankles break, then your knees give out, then your hips and your back. You just kind of work your way up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But and then you start from the top and the bottom. I always tuck this way, so left shoulder, left wrist,
Oh, this is not
Head.
right. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
don't go
you're-
right.
yeah.
you're
But
not
then
going right.
I don't go right. That's ingrained in me.
Yeah.
Oh man.
How you doing? Ready? Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
you're good.
we can sign off quick.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
wrap it up.
we've been going for plenty long enough.
Sorry about
I mean, thank you guys out there watching because you guys give us the opportunity to not say no. Thank you guys for inviting us out here. It's been an unreal experience, and we hope we can come out here and do it again for episode 299 maybe. Who knows? But I know our audience knows where to find you. Where can our audience find you guys at socially to give you a follow?
Honestly, for Hubert and I, if you guys go to channel 199, I always thought YouTube was, I didn't really understand it. I still need to watch more and understand more about how to probably make these videos, but we're living our dream because you guys are hopefully enjoying watching some of the shenanigans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think,
Absolutely.
Hubert? Where do
Have
you
been
go if
for
we find
20
you?
years.
Channel 199.
Yeah.
Yeah, across the street.
Here across the street in Channel 199. Just go there, watch the videos, give us a like, give us a subscribe. And if you don't like it, we'll put it in the comments. Tell us what you don't like. We
There you
don't
go.
know unless you tell us.
But honestly, a lot of the stuff that everyone's like, oh, we want to see more of the build. I'm like, oh, thank God. Thought you guys were going to say, yeah, we just show you the
That's
build.
easy,
Let's
yeah.
go. We got to do the build anyway.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, cool. You guys know where to find us everywhere social at the Dirt Drive, DirtNerds Motors, and DirtNerds Offroad on YouTube. Off-road on YouTube. I can't talk.
Wait, start over.
It was a lot.
Yeah.
Oh,
You can't give. I can never call it back. Dirt Nerds Off Road or the Dirt Drive podcast. Damn it.
The Dirt Drive
I
on
still don't know where to find you
Instagram.
guys. I can read it on your shirt.
Dirt Nerds Off Road,
On Instagram.
DirtNerds Motors, and
DirtNerdsOffroad.com.
on YouTube. And
DirtNerdsOffroad.com.
Whatever it is.
Simplify it.
Where should they go first?
Instagram.
Perfect.
The Dirt Drive
See
on
you on
Instagram.
Instagram.
The Dirt Drive podcast on Instagram. Cool. Thank you guys so much.
It's been a long day.
What an unbelievable.
Here you go. Have a black rifle.
Yeah, there we go.
All right, guys.
Thank you, boys.
That's an ad.
Thank you.